All right, so chill for a second. You need instructions, and then I'll let you have a couple more minutes, and then we'll play. So for our friends at Orchestra, here's your homework, but I'll also have it posted tomorrow because tomorrow there will not be new homework. Today, in our lesson, we are talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of integers. Who can remind us what an integer is compared to a whole number or something else? Adrian, I think your hand was first up.
The distance from the number you have to 0.
That's absolute value. Now that's a good guess with what this looks like right down here. That was a really good guess, Joey. It's an entire number, right? Integer, entire number. No partials, no decimals, no fractions. So, we are going to lesson 325 when you get your computer loaded up, and you want to look for the tug-o-war, which I always said it was of, the tug-o-war student e-tool, and click on it. You need to make this number line on your notes paper. Again, I said I'm trying to copy as few things as possible. We could have done this with a handout, or you can just make it on your paper. So make it 0 in the middle and go up to positive 15 and down to negative 15. Yeah, I guess, but you'll just be competing against yourself. You should still have two different things or people or whatever. Have 2 different tokens for, yeah. Or you can competing against Mr. Smith if you want. So on your paper, we should have a number line from negative 15 to positive 15. And if you want to use one of these templates, this actually has your number line going from negative 14 to positive 14. So these are your best friend, but please don't take them out of my room. You guys want one? No, you don't have to make them dispersion circles and stuff. You guys want one of these? Don't look right now quick. Come on, man. I don't know what you've been doing. When I look back here, you're playing with goofy glasses, and you're still not done writing down your plan book. Come on, set these over here. From negative 15 to positive 15. I know this is going to take a tiny bit longer because I'm not doing handouts, but I'm trying to save our copy costs. So now, let's talk about these rules while you finish drawing. So how we're going to play this game, and your rules are back here in the ebook if you go to look at this. Everyone's going to start at 0. So Mr. Smith and I are going to play in just a second to show you how this works. And actually, on the computer, you don't have to have this on your notes page. I just wanted you to be able to draw it out to keep you honest. So let's say I'm going to choose green, and Mr. Smith, what color do you want to be? Yeah, well, my hand's on the mouse. It's a little weird. So we both start at 0. Now, if I put them on top of each other, I'm only going to be able to click one at a time. So you don't have to have them in the circle. But after you move them, then it will make sense to put them in the circle. We spin both spinners, and we choose an operation to do with the numbers. However, the answer has to be an integer. So when I go to spin the spinners, if I get a negative 4 and a 0, I can't do division because negative 4 divided by 0 can't happen. That's impossible. I could do addition, right? Negative 4 plus 0. And as we play, you're going to write down what you get. So for my first spin, I would have to write down on my paper, so we're not just doing stuff on the computer, I would write down negative 4, the operation you choose, and then the other number. That then moves my token, right, or my game piece, my whatever you want to call it. So I'm at negative 4 now, right? And you could write equals negative 4, and you should write what your answer is for that. Then Mr. Smith is going to spin both spinners. You got negative 2 and 1, so he's going to choose an operation with those.
I will do negative.
Green doesn't work. Green's a lie.
Negative 2 minus 1.
Ooh! Why did he do negative 2 minus 1? Where is it that we win? Eva? Where are we trying to get to? 11 or negative 11. We are trying to get our token to go out to positive 11 or down to negative 11. You just like to grab it. Oh, it's because my... Wait, give me a second. I know. It's also because this is being weird. All right. So then he would end up at negative 3, and you guys are just obviously using the mouse to move. I then spin the spinners again. I got positive 1 and negative 1. Since I've already gone negative, I'm going to go negative 1 minus 1, which will take me another negative 2. Right, so I move my piece another 2 in the negative direction. Does this make sense? Hey, if you need a pencil, I have pencils, but please don't use a protractor to try to have a pencil for class. Also, you need pencils in your binder. Okay, so we're going to talk at extensions about that because you need to put that in your plan to get a pencil put in your binder. Can you put that back where it goes, and I will get you a pencil here? Dude, you did the same thing.
I know, I was going to say, we did the same thing.
Which is an issue. Do you have pencils in your binder?
Yes.
Alright, does this game make sense? Now, Mr. Smith and I can keep playing until one of us wins, but I'm just going to release you guys and let you play with each other. So, you are writing down the numbers you get on the spinner, the operation you choose between them, and then what it makes you move. At the end, one last thing. At the end, if you win, raise your hand, and Mr. Smith or I will come check that you actually won by checking all the answers you had should either add up to positive 11 or negative 11. Right? All the answers from the stuff you did should either add up to positive 11 or negative 11.
When you add like negatives, don't you always get a positive? Like,
No, you're thinking multiplication. A negative times a negative makes a positive because the opposite of a negative. You guys can go ahead and play if it makes sense. If you have questions, raise your hand. So, think of addition as like people showing up together or just together. If you have the bad guy 4 and the bad guy 2, do they all of a sudden, once they're together, become good? No. But together, they join up, they can become bad guy 6. Right? Multiplication is saying the opposite of 4 times the opposite of 2, or negative. Like the opposite of a negative. Negative, negative makes positive. Those are cotton candy grapes. My wife keeps saying they're sold out. I would ask you one, but I'm still on cotton. So your grapes are safe. Every time you what? Don't lean forward. Once you lean forward.
Yeah.
Do your activity.
It's called,
Yeah, sometimes grapes are too cold.
No, I put mine in a freezer.
So you don't technically have to have the number line on your paper. That was also just for you to show where your token is as you do the math. So guys, the reason, hey, give me 10 more seconds. The reason I had you put your number line on your paper was so if you want to, as you go and play the game, you could actually show, okay, I started at 0. I then went to -4. That was like move 1. I then went to -6. That was move 2. Like, just so you could draw it out. And I have other spinners, so if you want to play this outside of class, you can. But that's why I had you put it on the paper.
negative 2 plus positive equals negative 3. Negative 2 and 0.
Make sure we're writing down what we get. Your first turn. Make sure we're writing down what we get with the spin.
No, that's
Wait, no.
Also, where's your head? Why are you on the wrong side?
I'm going.
Yeah, technically, your paper would have been like this, or like this is okay. You can do that. Okay, but then your header can be up here.
Or like negative 3 minus 2 cos. You got 2 negative.
Give us the respect for the things that we did as superiors when we're doing this. So like when you go back to look at stuff, you're like, how do I do that homework? Notes are useful. That's why we Did you win? Oh, it's on top or below something else. It's got lost in the letters. So why do you only have one color? So why do you only have one color? Make sure you write down results as we go.
Oh, there it is.
Is anyone close to winning? 3 laps. Well, yeah, go ahead, negative 3 and a positive 2, yeah.
Oh,
And then once that hit you, go negative 3 minus 2. Negative 5. Right? So you go 5 in the negative direction. Yeah, so make sure you put your negative 5 on there. Oh yeah. First winner that can show me all their work gets a prize. First winner that can show me all their work gets a prize. Yeah. Positive. Yes, you end up at positive 1. Yeah, you have to go the direction of your sign. You get a positive answer, you gotta go right. Negative answer, gotta go left. Yeah, you really wanted to. Yeah, Mr. Smith brings up a good point. You can do them in whatever order you want. You can switch your order around. Oh, 2 away. Wait, you just won? Did you say it? Yeah, you could have 0 minus negative 2. Because you can actually change the order. We didn't say you had to keep them in the order, first number, second number. Yeah, I know. So you got all the work. Come up here. Come up here. You're in trouble. No. I need to go get more. I think I'm going to get Jolly Ranchers next time. Duck flavor? I don't know. There's mystery flavor. It might be duck. Does it make your mouth? No, I think it's gone. Alright, we'll do this for like 2 or 3 more minutes because then I'll give you more time at the end of class to play this if you want. Well, we're going to come back together in just a minute.
We're not going to do this the whole time.
No, not the whole time. I'm going to give you guys time to either keep playing this or work on your homework. You know what I mean? I like options. Alright, let's do 1 more minute of this game, or about 90 seconds, and then we'll pull it back together.
I won. Yes.
Did you actually win?
No, I got 12. I'm 12 too.
You won? So you had... No, wait, how did 1 and 2... Were these positive 1 and positive 2?
Oh, I missed my one. Yes.
That would give you a positive 3. So wait, so if that's positive, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. This is right, just that one's wrong. You just wrote down negative 3 instead of positive 3. if that's positive 3, then you win. So you're good, except change that, make that a positive. But Brandon already took the prize because he was the first one. All right, 20 seconds. Is this positive or negative? You don't have the negative sign. No, the 4. Negative 2 plus negative 2.
If you win, you get
right? So really negative 3, negative 6. I think they're negative 12. Because those make negative 3 together. Positive 4 and negative 4, those are going to cancel each other out. Because like you got a positive 4 there and a negative 4 there. So negative 3, another negative 3 is negative 6. And then another negative 6, you're missing the negative symbol there. But negative 6 and negative 6 is negative 12. You went just beyond it. Yeah, you need to become 1 positive to win. You win. Very good. Brandon already stole the prize. He was the first one. Sorry, I only did 1 today. You can check your math. You know how to do. All right, let's bring it back together. Let's bring it back together. I want to give you time to work on homework or keep playing the game. So, you may keep your Chromebooks up and open if you want, but I need your attention up here. Okay? So, just to make sure that we're comfortable with everything we just did, we look at number 80, and Cynthia, Devin, Gavin, and Mark are playing. Cynthia begins the current turn, so not like the beginning of the game, but her current turn with her marker at 15. She spins a 1 and a negative 3, and she thinks she can get to a winning space. I need you and your partner, I think we should be able to do this in about 45 seconds probably. Figure out if Cynthia can get to a winning space with the spin she just spun starting at positive 15. Now, a rule you might not have seen is if she goes beyond positive 15, she loses her turn. Like, you cannot leave the game board. So you and your partner need to figure out, can Cynthia win? I got to slide this up here because I need to fix my smart board.
And the thing you have to win is 11, right?
Yeah, you got to be at 11 or negative 11. So sorry, there's what I had highlighted. I got to fix my board real quick.
So she spends a 1 and a negative 3,
Actually, you have the exact same.
She has 1 and negative 3. That's what Cynthia has.
So 1 and negative 3.
She's trying to get to 11. Because I doubt she's going for negative 11. Can she?
No, she can't. No, because
Sounds like Bob the Builder.
No.
Can we?
No.
Right? So she's at 15. So Isaac, you said she can make it. If she's at 15, what are we going to do? Like, what move are you going to create to get us to 11?
Good morning, Grace Rompersad. Please come to the office. Grace Rompersad, please come to the office. Thank you.
Plus negative 3. Okay. So you're starting with the negative 3 because essentially all we're arranging is this section, right? She's already at 15. We're deciding what to do with the negative 3 and the positive 1. Okay, so negative 3, what do I do with that positive 1? Because that only takes me to 12. I got to use my 1 also. Minus it. So if I do, let's just look inside red parentheses. What's negative 3 minus 1? Negative 4. Right? Because I'm at negative 3 and I'm told to go down by 1, or I take on more debt, however you want to think about it. This, inside the red parentheses, is negative 4. What's 15 plus a negative 4? 11. And Cynthia wins. What about Devin? What about Devin? Devin takes his turn, and his marker's on the 1 when he starts, right? He's stayed pretty close to the middle of the board. Devin gets a 4 and a -3. Can Devin get to a winning space? Take about another minute. You and your partner try to get Devin to a winning spot. With 4 and -3, he's already at 1. Right? He's at +1.
No, because he would just stay there.
Think about it. So what if I tell you he can win?
Yes, he was.
So Ava,
Because 4 plus
Ava,
3
Ava, I'll go ahead and tell you he can win.
He did win.
So now figure out how he can win.
Yeah, no, he can.
Yeah, he can.
Yes, he can.
No, he
Yes, he can.
Anything you can provide. What? There's a part in that song that goes, no, you can't. Yes, I can. No, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Ride my pony on the road.
4 plus a pot, -3 is 9.
Hey, Ava, are we stuck to the operations of addition and subtraction? Are we stuck with just addition or subtraction? You know them? No, are we stuck with just being able to do those 2 operations? Or do we have other operations?
Ava, yes. Ava,
I literally get a
wait, he's at 1 space.
You got 10 seconds.
4 times -3 is 4, 8, 12. So that's -12. But you're not 1, so it's -11.
And Aiden, help me out here, dude. What can we do to get Devin to 11?
Well, obviously, what you have to do is, since he's already at the 1 space, if you do 4 times -3, that equals 4, 8, 12.
It just equals 12?
Yeah, no, it equals -12, sorry.
Ah, this equals
It equals
-12.
But if you're at 1 space, -12 will bring you to 11.
So, add, subtract, multiply, divide here with the, well, actually, sorry, the -12 makes us go left no matter what. So if I'm at 1 and I go left 12, I don't end up at +11, but I end up at -11, and that's still a winner space. Here's what we're trying to get you to realize. Your brain gets stuck. And Ava, I'm going to pick on you because I know you can take it. Ava immediately said, well, 4 and 3 make 1, right? 4 and -3 make 1. He can't get there. She was stuck thinking either addition or subtraction. It's a human thing. Our brains like get stuck on the one thing. It's frustrating when you like don't see certain things. You have to open up what you're looking at and say, what all can I do with these numbers? Like how Mr. Smith realized, if I subtract from a negative, I can go get a bigger negative. Or maybe if I minus a negative, I can actually add that value as opposed to it bringing my value down. Like what all different things can we do with that number? Check out Gavin. Take a minute with him. He's at 12. He spends a -3 and a -2. He wants to win. Can he?
So Gavin now has the marker at 12.
11 or -11?
Wait, how can you do Gavin, how did you do it? In real life, okay, he rolled a -3 and a -2.
Oh my god.
No, he cannot.
It's not good.
Well,
Is that for one?
Oh, you subtract that.
You are correct.
I know, yeah.
What? You're correct. What?
Wait.
10 seconds. Wrap up your convo. Whoa. Okay, look. These are like invisible when they fall on the floor because it's the exact same color as the carpet. It's a
I
5
know
top.
that in real life.
I was just
Like,
last year.
And we'll use these later in the year, but it's the same color as the carpet. It's horrible. All right, Natalie. Can you pick it up, please? Natalie. Ladies and gents who are not Natalie, please wrap up your conversation. Natalie, can Gavin win? How can Gavin win? If we do -3 minus -2, that's actually -3 plus a 2. I'll go ahead. It's not helicopter time. So this gives me a -1, and 12, when impacted by the -1, has to go left, right, and ends up at 11. And Gavin wins.
No.
Questions on what we've done
Exactly
here
what I'm
today?
saying. No.
Adrian.
I don't have a question. I have something to help me remember.
Okay.
Like, if there's a negative and then a negative number and then it's minus a negative number,
Mm-hmm.
I just see it as turning one of the negatives sideways and it makes a plus.
Yep, only if they're right against each other, right? For addition subtraction, minus a negative will become plus a positive. That is a good trick to see in your head. Last one. Mark is at -14.
Is that -14?
He spins
Uh-huh.
a -3 and a -1. Can he win? I will go ahead and tell you he can. You gotta figure out how. I didn't have to do it. Pop my fingers in a weird way. And I couldn't get around. He can win. Easy's relative.
That's so easy. That is so easy. Oh my god.
He can win. Yep.
No,
10 seconds. Sky. Shh, hold on. Let people simmer down. All right, Sky, take us through how Mark can win.
I'm saying, well, what me and Layla did was -14 plus -3 times -1.
So if we multiply, what do we get?
3.
Our spinner result is 3, so -14. Go to the right 3 takes us to -11, and Mark can win. All right, here's what's up. Give me your eyes for 15 more seconds. We have about 10 minutes left, and it is your choice whether you keep playing the game with your partner or whether you spend that 10 minutes on your homework. If you're moving on to your homework and you use the Chromebook for your homework, you must put it away at the end of class. Otherwise, put it away now, and I would have put the first couple homework problems up here. I will move my ebook down to the smartboard. So if you want to just go get rid of your Chromebook now, that might be best.
guys, you want the hot dog?
Oh, okay, sorry, I lied. 10 more seconds. This math notes box is going to be important in your homework assignments. I think you've already had a question where it asks you, hey, Brendan, can I have a bit of respect? So if I'm trying to talk over you, you shouldn't be trying to talk over me. That's not how this works. A multiplicative inverse, that's a fancy way of, say, flip your fraction. That's all you need to know. A multiplicative inverse is a fancy way to say if I flip this fraction over, I'm going to multiply and get the same number on top of itself, which is really 1. So all of these show you examples of multiplicative inverses, which we can say is also a reciprocal, which we've talked about this year, because my way to remember that is reflip-rical. But multiplicative inverses and reciprocals are the same thing.
So when you divide a negative,
Same rules as
with
multiplication.
a positive, it automatically becomes positive.
No, if you only have one negative, it stays negative. You need reminders. I might need to switch the places of those, but different signs. These posters up here are talking about with two numbers, right? If you have different signs, you get a negative answer.
I always look at
So mine says -8 divided by 4. Wouldn't that equal -2?
Yes, -2. You said does it immediately become positive?
No, so I checked my answer. I wanted to check my answer, and that's not what this says.
Where for what question?
For 3-82, it says 2.
But that's -4. It's -8 divided by -4.
That's why.
All right, I'll zoom out and show you guys some of the problems up here. Orchestra people, hope you had a great day.